Right now, there are eggs in refrigerators across the country that people need to throw away. Nearly 100 people have already gotten sick, and more than a third of them ended up in the hospital. Not from some random gas station snack, from eggs. The same brands you've probably bought at the grocery store more times than you can count. So here's the real question. Are the eggs in your fridge part of this? Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which cartons to check, what those confusing codes on the side actually mean, what brands to avoid, and which brands are actually worth buying instead. Let's get into what happened. This all started with a company called Midwest Poultry Services. They're based in Indiana, but the eggs at the center of this outbreak came from their farms in Texas. Back in July, the company's own internal testing found Salmonella enteritidis on their equipment. When labs ran the genetic fingerprint on that bacteria, it matched people who were already sick. Real patients in real hospitals before anyone outside the company even knew there was a problem. So Midwest Poultry Services pulled the plug and voluntarily recalled nearly 1.6 million dozen eggs. That's almost 19 million individual eggs, wiped off shelves because of one bacteria. The FDA and CDC moved fast after that. Within 48 hours, chains like Kroger and Brookshire's had locked these products out at the register. Cashiers physically couldn't scan the barcodes anymore. State health inspectors went store to store confirming shelves were actually cleared, not just pretended to be. And here's the part that's weird. This investigation is still open. Officials have said plainly that this one company doesn't explain every single illness tied to this outbreak, which means somewhere out there may be more pieces of this puzzle nobody has found yet. Now, why is everyone so worked up over Salmonella? Isn't that stuff only on the eggshell? The stuff that causes food poisoning? Kind of, but not really. Here's the part most people don't know. This bacteria doesn't just sit on the outside of the shell. It can get inside the egg, inside the yolk itself, before the shell even forms. Rinsing your eggs at home does basically nothing against that. Worse, washing them yourself in cold tap water can actually pull bacteria through the shell's microscopic pores. You'd be making the problem worse. Symptoms usually show up within a day or two. Cramps, fever, diarrhea, the whole miserable combo. Most healthy adults recover in about a week on their own. But for certain people, kids under 5, adults over 65, anyone with a weakened immune system, this bacteria can push into the bloodstream. And once that happens, this stops being a stomach bug. We're talking about infections in heart valves, damage to artery walls, joint pain that can drag on for years after someone has technically recovered. Here's what makes this outbreak worse than most. Lab testing showed this strain doesn't respond well to ciprofloxacin, the antibiotic doctors normally reach for first in serious cases. So if someone does get seriously ill, treating them just got a lot harder. The numbers so far tell us that this is a very serious health crisis. 98 confirmed cases, 26 hospitalizations. That's a hospitalization rate over 36%, higher than a lot of past egg recalls you might actually remember hearing about. And this isn't just a Texas problem, even though that's where the eggs came from. Confirmed illnesses have shown up in 17 states total, from Louisiana to New York, Illinois, Michigan, and all the way out to Nevada. Most of those out-of-state cases came from people traveling, or from restaurants and food service companies that bought eggs in bulk and shipped them further down than anyone expected. So even if you're nowhere near Texas, this outbreak has technically reached your state already. Health officials haven't stayed quiet about any of this. State epidemiologists have pointed out that fast coordination between health departments, federal regulators, and grocery chains is exactly what kept this from getting worse. And it's the reason shelves got cleared as quickly as they did. But they've also made one thing clear. Nobody should assume this is over just because a recall notice went out. Labs are still running new samples to see if more cases connect back to this same strain. So let's talk about what might actually be sitting in your fridge right now. At number 1, we have the brand at the center of all this, Kroger's own store brand, white shell eggs, medium through jumbo, all caught up in the recall. If you shop at Kroger, this isn't something to check later. Go look right now. But white shell eggs is not the only risky brand, because the number 2 in this list caught a lot of people off guard. It's Simple Truth. The natural and organic cage-free line people pay more for because they assume it's the safer choice. Those eggs were coming off the exact same packing lines as the regular ones. Paying a premium didn't protect anybody here. Then we have Brookshire's at number 3, sold across Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Mississippi, and New Mexico. Don't overlook the smaller regional names either, because at number 4 and 5 we have Country Morning and Cal-Maine Sunups, who got swept into this too, since they run through the same facilities. So how do you actually check your own carton? Look on the side for a plant code. It will read either P-1950 or O840962. Right next to it, you'll see a 3-digit Julian date, basically the calendar day it was packed. If that number falls somewhere between 157 and 184, and your sell-by date lands between July 20th and August 17th, 2026, that carton is part of the recall. No gray area there. And a quick myth check while we're on the subject. Brown eggs are not safer than white eggs. Shell color comes down to genetics, nothing more. Organic doesn't mean immune either. The Simple Truth eggs prove that point on their own. Salmonella lives inside the hen, not on the label. Now, if you're wondering what to buy instead, there are solid options with zero connection to this outbreak. At number 1, we have Eggland's Best. They run mandatory salmonella testing across its entire producer network, and they laser stamp their logo directly onto each shell so you can verify individual eggs even outside the carton. Vital Farms is at number 2 because they spread their hens across hundreds of small family farms instead of relying on one massive facility, which means a single contamination event can't wipe out their entire supply chain the way it did here. At number 3, we have Pete and Jerry's. They run strict environmental testing and skip preventative antibiotics entirely, backed by a genuinely clean track record. And finally, we have Happy Egg Company. They offer solid free-range quality without the steep price tag some premium brands charge. None of these 4 brands are tied to the Texas facilities behind this outbreak. And right now, that's the detail that actually matters. You don't need to spend a fortune to switch either. Eggland's Best and Happy Egg Company sit in a similar price range to what you're likely paying already. Vital Farms and Pete and Jerry's run a bit higher, closer to premium pricing. But if peace of mind is worth a couple extra dollars a carton right now, that's a reasonable trade. One more thing worth knowing. No housing system is magically immune to this. Cage-free, free-range, pasture-raised, conventional, none of it matters on its own. Salmonella enteritidis can live inside a hen without making her look sick at all, which means the eggs she lays look, smell, and taste completely normal, even while contaminated. That's exactly why farm-level testing and a clean supply chain matter far more than the buzzwords printed on the carton. So what do you do if you already bought the recalled eggs? Don't cook them. Don't eat them. Throwing away food feels wasteful, but this is not the moment to save a few dollars. Double bag them, seal it tight, and toss them in an outdoor trash can, not your kitchen bin, so pets or wildlife can't get into them. Or just bring the carton back to the store. Every retailer involved is offering a full refund, no receipt required. Then clean your fridge. Pull the shelves and drawers out and wash them in hot soapy water. Wipe down the interior with a mix of 1 tablespoon of bleach per gallon of water. And wash anything else that touches those eggs too. Cutting boards, bowls, your hands. Salmonella spreads through contact just as easily as it spreads through eating. Recalls happen more often than most people realize. But this one has already sickened almost 100 people, sent over 1/3 of them to the hospital, and involves a strain that's already resisting standard treatment. That's not a recall you check when you get around to it. That's a recall you check tonight. If you've got family or friends who shop at any of these stores, send them this video, because most people have no idea this is even happening right now.